Motivation in young people. It will be done by Noreen Cohn, Liz Ruth, Denise O'Dwyer, and Nicola O'Mara. Motivation describes why a person does something, having an interest, get up and do. To see the purpose, having determination and dedication.
We will now listen to one of the most motivational and inspirational speeches that we have found. We think this will be a motivational audio for young and old alike. Here is a portion of Alan Watt's speech, What If Money Was No Object?
You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way. And after all, if you do really like what you're doing, it doesn't matter what it is, you can eventually turn it, you could eventually become a master of it. It's the only way to become a master of something, to be really with it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. So don't worry too much. Somebody's interested in everything. And anything you can be interested in, you'll find others who are. But it's absolutely stupid to spend your time doing things you don't like in order to go on spending things you don't like and doing things you don't like, and to teach your children to follow in the same track. See, what we're doing is we're bringing up children and educating them.
Motivation is defined as the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-orientated behaviours. Motivation is what causes us to act, whether it is getting a glass of water to reduce thirst or reading a book to gain knowledge. It involves the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive forces that activate behaviour. So what is motivation? Motivation equals expectancy multiplied by value. The expectancy is the extent to which the learner expects success in their learning. Value is the value of the learning to the learner.
We will now show you an example of what an unmotivated classroom looks like. The students are disinterested, disengaged, and have no motivation or desire to learn.
Whenever a consumer buys goods or services, a basic rule applies called caveat emptor, or let the buyer beware. It means that consumers are expected to be cautious and use their common sense. They should check out a product before buying it. A prospective house buyer should get a survey done on a house before he buys it. You should try on a pair of shoes before you buy them. You should bring a sample of the paint home to make sure it matches your carpet before you order 10 tins of it. However, even if consumers...
We will now show you an example of what a motivated classroom looks like. The teacher is using real-life examples that the students can apply to themselves to increase their motivation and build confidence. The teacher has a good rapport with the students and was able to encourage the student to apply these skills to her own life.
Okay, so today class we're going to be working on setting up your own business and entrepreneurial skills. So can anyone remember the last day what I said an entrepreneur was? No. No? Can anyone remember the skills or anything like that? No? No. So remember I said that you were like a risk taker and you were a decision maker and you were a leader. Anyone remember anything like that?
Yeah.
No? Okay, alright, okay, Noreen, we'll pick you. So let's think about the other day when you were playing the camogie match. What happened?
We won?
Yeah, and didn't you play really well at the last few minutes when we needed you to win?
Suppose I did, yeah.
Yeah, so wouldn't you say that was leadership?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and we said that you were a risk taker as well, so because you scored, you've got a competitive edge, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know you want to win all the time.
Yeah.
So would you think then that's an entrepreneurial skills and you could apply that to setting up your own business?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So look, you weren't interested there all of a sudden, but like you weren't interested before.
So
if
you
you
can
look at your
actually
camogie skills.
relate this to your own real life life.
Absolutely, of course you could. You've got all the skills that I see in a match. You've got all the skills that you need for entrepreneurship to set up your own business.
Okay, so
So
what
you
was the
think
skill
about
you
that.
said, miss?
We said that you were a risk taker, you were a decision maker, you're driven, you've got excellent people skills, and you've got a competitive nature. So would you agree with all that?
Yeah.
So would you think then you've got the skills to set up your own business?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Key factors for a motivated classroom are positive interaction, passionate, driven, that students want to learn, self-esteem, peer-to-peer influence, relationship with students, and common interests, values and beliefs. As you can see from our roleplay demonstration, Noreen is motivated when the example was brought back to her real life experiences. Planning for motivation. Keller describes 4 essential aspects of motivation using the Mnemonic arcs. Mnemonic has given its name to the model. A. Attention, R. Relevance, C. Confidence, and S. Satisfaction. Attention refers to whether students perceive the instruction as interesting and worthy of their consideration. Relevance refers to whether students perceive the instruction as meeting some personal need or goal. Confidence refers to whether students expect to succeed based on their efforts. And satisfaction refers to the intrinsic and extrinsic rewards students receive from the instruction.
Some techniques to increase motivation in young people. Attention. This incorporates problem-solving tasks, captures students' attention depending on their attention span using different strategies, challenges the students' past knowledge. Relevance. This uses real-life examples that students can relate to, uses students' interests as the motivation technique and related to the content. Confidence. This builds students' confidence, teaches students how to develop a plan of work that will result in an accomplished goal. Satisfaction. Provide positive reinforcement in the form of feedback.
Motivation can be divided into 2 types, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is motivation that is driven by an interest, exists within the individual, stimulates that drives an individual to adopt or change a behavior for his or her own internal satisfaction or fulfillment. Intrinsic motivation is usually self-applied and springs from a direct relationship between the individual and the situation. It is a very important factor in the design of a learning or training course. Extrinsic motivation comes from the outside of an individual. Rewards such as money or grades may be the motivator. These awards provide contentment and pleasure that the assignment may not provide. Rewards may be as simple as a gold star or as great as fame and fortune.
We will now play an audio clip which we think sums up our thoughts on motivation in young people.
It will make the world awesome. Nothing if you keep sitting there. That's why I'm talking to you today. This is your time. This is my time. It's our time. We can make every day better for each other. If we're all on the same team, let's start acting like it. We got work to do. We can cry about it, or we can dance about it. We were made to be awesome. Let's get out there. I don't know everything. I'm just a kid. But I do know this. It's everybody's duty to give the world a reason to dance. So get to it.